All right. I do have on. I just turned it on. I don't know how well it's going to work, how long it's going to last. So you can pop over. I'm live over there. I got it in my panic about my connection. I need to straighten a couple things out. I got a glare on me. Let's do some gratitude, man. We ain't got time to mess with this mess. Noble says, have a like. Thank you so much, Noble. I will take that like. I will take it. All right, here we go. Um, Let me open up the request box for you, and let's see how things go. What are we grateful for right now? What are we grateful for? What are we most grateful for? I'm most grateful for patience. Um, as disappointing as it is that sometimes things don't necessarily go as smoothly as you would like. You have your ideas in your mind about how you want an experience that you want to create, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily work out the way that you have it in your mind. But it's okay. It's definitely okay. So yeah, let me know, what are you most grateful for? Yeah, I got a little bit of a little bit of rusty, a little salmon rusty, little going on here. Um, my my thing fell off my light. I gotta fix it because it's got a throwing a weird shadow down. But yeah, that's me. That's me. Let me take a second here. Yo, all right. Let's see what we have here. I don't know. Good morning, Esso. Thank you so much for being here. So DJ Prodigy says that I am grateful for a supportive wife on my DJ life. Yeah, that's huge because that DJ life, though, right? You out there, you got to be out in the public doing gigs. It takes sometimes you might have to be away from your family. So it's very important to have someone who is supportive of you in those endeavors. So that's definitely worth being grateful for, and I hope that you let her know. You know, what's up, Tree? How you doing this morning? You came in just in time to see me or hear me scrambling around trying to account for the technical issues that I've been facing thus far. But it is what it is. We're gonna make it work. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling great. I love all those O's in the good for good morning. Noble Ancient has something to share. He says, I am super grateful. I am super grateful for being your soul life partner, Alexis, and the chance to enjoy Spokane where I can. I'm also grateful for G and his honesty and personality. All right. That's awesome. I'm glad that I take it you arrived safely, and I hope that everything is going well for you over there. All right. Reading Central, welcome in. It's nice to have you this morning. Right now, we're just kind of checking in and saying what we are grateful for. So just take a second and think about the different things that you have in your life and in your experience. If you want to express some gratitude and appreciation, it's important that we acknowledge the things that are good for us and good to us in our experience. So what is that for you? Let's take a couple more minutes to consider that question. Just kind of enjoy the view, enjoy the grooves for a second. Let's ponder that. What are you most grateful for? There we go. All right. Beck says, I am grateful for boundaries. I am grateful for boundaries. Uh-oh. I hear you. I think having boundaries is great, and having those boundaries acknowledged is even better. Having those boundaries acknowledged is even better. All right. Esso says, I am grateful for my check engine light not turning on again, my friend fixing my computer, and for outside perspectives. Man, that check engine light be stressful, right? It's like, man, what's going to happen though? Am I going to make it? Is this going to be cool? Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Nobody wants to deal with that stress. Yeah, I'm ready with that spray bottle. Like, oh man, Esso's been riding around with the check engine light on for a year. So DJ Eddie is in the building, and DJ Eddie is grateful for my DJ residency and my kids. Man, it's good to have a steady gig, right? It's like, yo, I got something to build with. I know I got this spot, and then from there I can keep going. So yeah, that's definitely a blessing for someone in your specific career field to have that to fall back on and to give you a little bit of room to breathe. It's like, okay, I got this spot. Now I can go from there. Kiri is here. Ying is here. Thank you so much for joining us. Right now, we're just talking about the things that we're grateful for. And everybody's got a lot of cool stuff going on in their life that they are willing to acknowledge and show gratitude for. Reading Central says that I am grateful for having shelter, the knowledge I've gained over the years, delicious food, the people I meet, my family. Love that. Love that. Mo is here. Hey, Mo. I guess Mo's got to get up and get ready for a big day today. I hope that you're feeling okay and that you are excited. Britt, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning. Yeah, Reading Central. All right, let's see what we got here. Rich says, I am grateful that my contract just went through, so I'll be voice acting soon. Okay, okay. I love that. So, what are we doing voice acting for? Are we gonna be? Are you gonna be going ooh woo or what? What are we doing, Britt? Oh man, yeah, what we doing? Yeah, are we gonna be doing ooh woo? Hey, I ain't mad at you. If that's the case, it's no judgment. Congratulations, Britt. Mo, thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate you. All right. Tree says, I am most grateful for music. It has connected my family today. All right. Were y'all singing together or listening? How did music connect your family? How did that come about for you? Essa says, I'm also grateful I got the scholarship. Hey, everybody put some what? I don't know. Everybody pop like those little party things in the chat for SO. Um got that scholarship renewal. Put some little party things in the chat for SO. Let me know how we want to celebrate that. J Man, thank you so much for being here. That's wonderful. I know that you were concerned, you were worried about um, writing that letter. So that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Carrie says, I'm grateful for actually existing. I wouldn't be able to meet you guys if I didn't exist. That's very true. Existence is a prerequisite. So, had you not been here, we would not get a chance to meet you. So, we're grateful for that as well. Good morning, Candace. I hope that things are going okay for you. And welcome in. All right. Technical issues notwithstanding, I'm excited and glad to have everyone hanging out this morning and everyone in good spirits and in a high level of awareness for all the things that we have to be grateful for. And I know that it's a big day. Some of us, we got some big things happening today, and I know Christmas is coming up real soon. Essa says, I'm an investment. Graduation, here I come. There we go. Thank you so much for the like, Candace. I really appreciate you. All right. I can't find it. I'm over here fiddling around. For those of you who aren't, I know I've mentioned it, that we are doing this on YouTube and stuff as well. And I'm just over here fiddling around with backgrounds. Yeah, I think I'll use that one. I just been playing around. You accidentally auditioned by being discovered. So Britt didn't audition, Britt was discovered. All right. So I think it's time that we can get ready to go into the main portion of our conversation this morning. This is session number 169 of Morning Journal. And I'm glad to have each and every one of you here to share your experiences and to connect with each other. Um, if you've been here over the course of the week, today's conversation is going to be building off some of the things that we've been talking about so far. Yesterday, we were talking about time um, and goals and all that kind of stuff. Whatever we were talking about yesterday, we were talking about it. Today connects to that. I have to actually look back at the notes. Oh yeah, we were talking about how we would use extra time, what we're pursuing, getting in over our head, dealing with that sense of overwhelm. So I think a top of a conversation that we've often visited in here has been the idea of opportunity cost. That harsh reality that everything that we choose to do is at the expense of every other thing that we might be doing in any given moment. So this reality can raise the emotional stakes that we have attached to the deliberate choices that we make about how we choose to be in time. So we can experience overwhelm or a sense that everything is just passing us by. And sometimes we want to avoid that feeling, avoid those stakes by not actually making deliberate choices about how we're being in time. Rather than doing that, we just surrender to the worst of our habits and our compulsions. Um, there are entire industries whose business it is to commandeer our time and attention and to influence our behavior. So, and to do so without regard for what actually benefits us. So, the good news is, despite all of these forces to the contrary, we do actually have the power to shift that. It may not be as strong a power as we might have once had, but we do have a choice um, to break that cycle. And I think mindfulness is one path to get there. And a lot of people have made it a goal to try to be more mindful and break that chain of reaction and give us a moment where we can actually make a choice about our next move rather than just falling into patterns of non-productive or depressing behaviors, things that are not making our life better. So in today's session, we're going to take a look at some of the things that we can do with that next move that might create a better experience for us. Might, there's no guarantees, but it's definitely worth a try to become a little bit more aligned with the things that matter to us the most. So if that sounds like a conversation that you are ready for, go ahead and drop me a heart in the chat and we can get ready to jump into the conversation. Merrily Glendon, welcome in. Thanks for joining us on YouTube here. All right, so let's get into it. Thinking about things that we can do with that time. I think we can start with a fun one. Okay, so the first prompt, the first question, what were you doing the last time you felt cool? What were you doing the last time you felt cool? DJ Eddie says, I'm a cool cat, so I was just being myself. I just drip with cool. So just being DJ Eddie is enough. I could dig it. I think that, we sometimes have some of these spotlight moments when we just kind of wake up within the experience and notice, like, you know what? This is pretty cool. It's pretty cool that I'm here and I'm doing this and around these people. A lot of times we just are going through the motions and we're not noticing the different types of experiences that we are, you know, capable of. Nick and Chuggets is here. Welcome in, Nick and Chuggets. Thanks for joining us. Let us know, what was the last time you were doing when you felt cool? So for Jehovah Thickness, Britt, working on my craft made you feel cool. Getting into that zone and investing in something where you've already started to build, um, you know, build a legacy of excellence in your life, returning to that thing that you do well or that you're trying to get better at. It's a great way to honor yourself and honor your gifts to work on your craft. So I understand how that can make you feel cool. So for Noble Ancient, it was, I was playing games with Alexis when I felt cool, like a knowledgeable sort of cool and very sociable too. So Isaac Sandoval is here. Welcome in, Isaac. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you for being here. All right. So yeah, I think, doing something that you love with someone that you care about and maybe recognizing the level of knowledge and skill that you have in it and seeing that, come to fruition. I love that. Isaac says, I was watching Spider-Man the last time I felt cool. So the new one, don't spoil nothing in here. So DJ Eddie says, like, bruh, I'm a DJ IRL. That's pretty cool. Just saying. That's what I tell myself. Yeah, So Tree says, today was the last time you felt cool. My dad heard me playing my ukulele and he wanted to learn a song. I was very surprised he was interested and we had a pleasant conversation around it. Then my mom joined that. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I think there's something specifically enjoyable about like teaching your parents, you know? I think it's important. We often don't give ourselves enough credit, along those lines. We don't give ourselves enough credit and grace to appreciate all the different cool things that we get to experience. Too often, it is the boring stuff, sort of the administrative stuff that takes up so much of our attention. So Isaac says, you saw The Matrix last night? You just a movie seeing individual these days, huh? All right. So I think that was a nice warm up. We got here. So Bex says, I made my mom some cookies. Made my mom some cookies for a contest that she was having at work, and they won first place. All right, go Bex. Bex doing her mom's homework. I love that. I love that for your mom. There's got to be some benefit. You know? Did your mom ever do your homework for you, Bex? Tyrone Hoskins Morgan, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I think there is something inherently cool about cheating. So, Oh man. All right. My senior quote, Britt says, my senior quote was, cheaters never prosper, but I just graduated. Isaac says, congrats, a W is a W. Take this W and run with it. Yeah. All right. I mean, hey, it be what it be. Okay. I think it was nice to kind of start with a fun one just to get things warmed up. We're going to go a little bit deeper into the conversation now. If there's anything else that comes up for you as you think about the times that you felt cool, or that you recognize and appreciated the cool things that you get to experience as just kind of a part of being who you are and having the connections and relationships that you have. So I think that one thing that Noble mentioned, I think, is a good example, and to some degree is true for some of the others who shared their cool thing as well, is a lot of times the things that we feel cool about are things that are an expression of some of our, oh, Bella, you shared something? Man, I'm sorry. It didn't pop up for me. Bella's like, I'm through with you, G. You just disregarded my whole existence. I didn't even see you come in, Bella. I'm sorry. How long have you been here? It's like I've been here. I was trying to write this long drawn out response. I'm sorry, Bella. F in the chat. F in the chat for Bella. Oh, you had a different name? Okay. Stella, welcome in. Thank you so much. Everybody just congratulate Bella on 500. I liked how Britt put a type-faced F in the chat. An F with serifs. So with this particular prompt, as I was mentioned before, a lot of times things that we feel cool when we are engaging in things that are an expression of, you know, things that we do well. So think about something that comes easily to you that others seem to find difficult. I mean, it could be an expression of sort of a natural ability that you have, or it could be the result of years of hard fought skill building, and you worked hard to make it look easy. But whatever the case may be, I think that when we recognize those things that perhaps we can get done that are unique, that others seem to be like wow. So Britt says something that comes easily is learning different instruments and not really struggling. So just having a knack, having the ability to pick up instruments. Isaac says modding is easy for me for any game on PC. Tree's like, yo, put it in the box, yo. There's no it's not required that you answer in the request box. It just makes it easier to see. And I know that I've disrespected the box already by erasing a work in progress, so it might feel like I'm rushing you, but we'll make sure that we'll take our time. Isaac says, okay, I'll put it in the box this time. So for Noble Ancient, designing a game, developing the idea, creating the prototype, etc., game design skills. People I say that to say to me, it takes talent to do that. Yeah, Isaac's like, yo, no way, you a game designer? For real, yeah. The Noble Ancient is a tabletop game designer. Let me get to Bella's right away. Right away. So Bella says, I find it easy to not hold grudges towards other people's actions. There's nothing anyone that can do to me that can take away my inner peace. Not even if G just erases my hard work and responses without bothering to read them. It's still not going to steal my joy. I'm glad that you don't hold grudges, Bella. I feel like you needed to say that to make sure that I knew I was okay. Thanks for that reassurance. Like, you good, G. You can't. I don't hold grudges. Just don't let it happen again. Just, don't let it happen. Way to clear the air. So Bex says that rhyme scheme, when I write my poems and short stories, they have to rhyme. Free verse makes me itch. Says Bex, like, I need them bars, yo. I gotta have it. Like, I need them bars. I'm wondering, let me see. Why didn't you make this rhyme though? I thought you would make this. It would have been so cool if you would have made this response rhyme, but you're like, man, I ain't got time for that. You're gonna close the box before I finish. You didn't want to fall to. You didn't want to have the same fate as Bella, because you might have felt a whole different type of way if you took the time to make it all rhyme. And then I'm like, okay, on to the next. Hey, Mom. So I don't think you're not on, are you? All right. I'm gonna have everybody. Mom's not on yet, but I see her. She's up. So I'll let y'all know when to put the green hearts in the chat. Good morning, Chrissy. Welcome in. It's nice to have you here. Let me set this vibe up for Chrissy real quick, because I know what you're here for, Chrissy. So I'm gonna I'm gonna give you what you came for here, Chrissy. Just give me 1 second. And while I'm doing that, go ahead and let us know, what is something that comes easy for you that other people seem to find difficult. All right. So since Chrissy's here, we're gonna leave the club vibe for a second. And just kind of cool it down. All right. Thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. So Chrissy says, what comes easily to me is apologizing. And that seems to be difficult for other people. And if you're really good at apologizing, I don't know, does that mean you just had a lot of practice, or like You know, how do you get good at, if you're really good at apologizing, that could say a few different things. It could be like, I stay needing, I'm always standing in need of forgiveness, so I've gotten really good at apologizing, admitting when I'm wrong. I guess. Okay, yeah. I gotta have some fun. Britt says, I'm not good at apologizing. This is how it goes. I'm sorry you got offended. I'm sorry that you feel this way. All right, everybody, it's time for the I'm gonna just sleep here. Yeah, I know, that's why I put on the jazz for you. All right, everybody, it's time for the green hearts. It's time for the green hearts in the chat. Mom is listening in while she gets ready to go to her eye doctor appointment. So whether the skills that you are referring to in this conversation are like, I don't know. They say hard skills and soft skills. There's nothing soft about having those people skills required to maintain relationships. Those are some of the most important skills that you need. Like, if you are the type of person who doesn't hold grudges, and is open to forgive and not carry the weight of a grudge around, someone who seeks reconciliation when things fall apart, someone who's willing to admit when they're wrong. Those are really, they call them soft skills, but they are really important. Those are real skills as well. DJ Eddie says, the energy level I put out comes easy for me. So Eddie's got a motor. A lot of people, everybody has sort of their own, I think, vibrational comfort zone in terms of like how much energy they kind of show up with. But Eddie's got that capacity to go hard. So, and everybody else is looking around, is like, man, come on, what y'all doing? Let's go. Let's get it. All right. Eddie's like, you name the time and the place, we can go. That's a wonderful place to be. Let me get you, if you don't mind, if we're ready to go to the next prompt, drop a heart in the chat and let us know if you are ready to do that. The bad thing is, if you are actually in the middle of writing something, you can't drop the heart in the chat. I guess I can see who's already spoken and see who hasn't. The main thing is that I got Bella's in. I don't want to cut the same person off more than once. So, all right, let's go. All right, here we go. So the first question, these are very interrelated because the first prompt in this series was kind of pointed at getting you to reflect on your own assessment of what it is that you do well. This one is based on what other people see in you. And maybe you don't even agree with it. But sometimes people tell you something that you are good at that you might not even acknowledge or even give much thought to. So this one is just sort of a quick fill in the blank. Berlin is here. What's up, Berlin? Good to see you this morning. People often tell me I am good at blank. People often tell me I am good at blank. Okay. So I think the whole point of examining these things from the first prompt were, what felt cool, or what was I doing when I felt cool? What comes pretty naturally to me? What do people tell me I'm good at? Cyber Shots, JSSJ, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us. What we're doing with these prompts is trying to build sort of a roadmap or create a collection of different activities, different pursuits, and different things that we can invest time in. We can occupy ourselves in a zone of competence, in a zone of natural ability. Those are some ways that we can make good choices about the limited time that we have available. Lizzie Lou is here. Good morning, Lizzie. Thank you so much for joining us. We are joining a conversation or having a chat about what people say you're good at. Now, you might not agree with it, but sometimes if you hear it enough, at some point you stop fighting it, I guess. Lizzie Lou says it's the rare moment that I'm awake. Yeah. So Britt is starting us off. Britt says that people usually tell me I'm good at adapting to my surroundings. My siblings usually tell me I'm good at getting on their nerves. Yeah, well, people will tell you if you're good at getting on your nerves. I think that's sort of almost a universal sibling skill, is being able to push buttons, JSSJ, Lizzie Lou, thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate them. People often tell me I am good at blank. The pushing of buttons is an art. It is indeed. JSSJ says, yeah. Yeah, you are pretty good at that. Noble Ancient, my job. I'm good at my job. At work as a dishwasher. I had a 15-year line cook tell me I'm the best at what I do. 7 years in active job, 1 year volunteering beforehand helps. You ask. Warrior is here. Welcome in, Warrior. Thank you for joining us this morning. You're jumping into the conversation. People often tell me I am good at blank. Let us know. What do people see in you? When you show up, they say, oh yeah. Or maybe you can think about it in terms of, what do people call you to help them with? You might be their go-to person for a specific thing, or a specific skill or attribute that you have. Reading Central says, people tell me I'm good at survival skills like building fires, purifying water, making survival shelters. Well, there you go. That's a good, that's pretty handy. We need, every group of people needs somebody on the squad that's, in case of the zombies, So Retha from over on YouTube is sharing that people tell me I'm good at listening and encouraging. So my mom says people tell me I'm good at listening and encouraging. So I guess I got that honest. I can attest. Reading Central's building a well this summer. There you go. Where are you building this well at? So we got Bex. People often tell me that I am good at noticing small but important things that other people might not notice. I have an eye for detail. I have an eye for detail. I'm gonna make sure I pronounce that right. So Warrior says that people tell me I'm good at calming people down. I had a few people tell me my voice is similar to Janet Jackson because of the soft spokenness, just the British version. I'm trying to think. So there's been many iterations of Janet Jackson. You had Janet Jackson as Penny on Good Times. Then you had Janet Jackson as Charlene on Charlene on Different Strokes. Which Janet? All right. Mo says, everyone say hi to my mom now. Hi, Mo's mom. It's nice to meet you. You have a wonderful daughter, and I'm glad that we're having an opportunity to speak with you this morning. I really enjoy the friendship personally that I've been able to develop with Mo over this past 7 or 8 months since we first connected on here. One of my favorite people to listen to and connect with. So you got a great daughter, and it's nice to meet you. My mom says hi as well. It was says your mom likes my voice. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. We're talking about the things that people often tell us we are good at. So Warrior is coming at us with a 90s era Janet Jackson in interviews, maybe Velvet Rope era Janet Jackson, just talking to people and calming them down, keeping them cool. I love that. I think that if someone is telling us that we are good at something, it might be worth listening, because in some cases they are letting you know that you have something that's needed. And, they might be manipulating you and trying to get something out of you. But a lot of times when someone volunteers a compliment or volunteers or notices a gift that you have, then, you could take it into consideration. It might be something that you could invest some time in. So, are we ready? Can we go? Are we ready to go to the next prompt? Drop me a heart in the chat and we can get into that. All right, Bex is giving me a heart. Noble is ready. All right, here we go. Someone is in the background frantically typing. It's like, wait a minute, wait. Rupesh, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. and welcome to the stream. I don't think we've met before, but I'm glad that you're here. Before we go to the next prompt, let me just do a quick roll call because I feel like a lot of folks have kind of jumped in. So I'm glad that I did pause for a second. Lizzie Lou says, people tell me I have a soothing voice or that I have a radio voice. Samesies. I can definitely turn on my radio voice, but people say I sound that way normally, which is strange. I hear you. I hear you, Lizzie Lou. So what you gonna do with that? How does that hit you? How does that hit you? Does that make you want to use your voice more, or do you just kind of dismiss it? Rupesh, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate you. Real quick, let's do a quick shout out rundown of folks who are in the room before we go to the next prompt. If you would like to answer this while I'm giving the shout outs, first of all, let me say thanks to Tree. I haven't heard from Tree. I guess Tree's still with us in spirit. I know it's late, so folks come in here and just kind of zone out, which is perfectly fine. But definitely appreciate Tree. I appreciate you. We got SO listening in the subconscious, and Bex. That is our team of managers. We just met Rupesh Mawia is here. Berlin from DT Dub TV is in the house. Jehovah Thickness, Noble Ancient, Steady, Woke Life. We got Pandora, Lizzie Lou, Chrissy, Reading Central, Warrior, and DJ Prodigy. A lot of cool folks in the house right now. So I'm glad to have you here with us, and we can get ready to go to the next prompt. If you can if you're ready for that, I think we're ready. So what do you daydream about? What do you daydream about? I think that sometimes when we are in between tasks and we just let our minds wander and consider possibilities, we start imagining things that we could potentially live into, potentially create in our experience. Lizzie Lou says, I'm always dreaming. So yeah, just pick one of your more persistent daydreams. Because I think that the things that you kind of daydream about that lie on the edge of your zone of possibility, they have something to say to you. So, let's keep it cool. We don't need to know all of the dark corners of your mind. But in keeping with the conversation that we've been having thus far, what are some of those things? Rachel is here. Welcome in, Rachel. It's great to see you this morning. Thanks for popping through yet again for another session of the Morning Journal. It's always great to have you here. Always appreciate your energy. What's happening is in the place. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining us. And I feel like I want to go back to gratitude, because so much of the beginning part of my stream was figuring out what was going on the video side of things. I was not able to get it to work. And it seems to be holding steady. It looks a little different now, but I'm grateful for that. Cage is here. Oh, Cage. I'm pretty sure I know how Cage is doing, probably tired. with the the there's a lot of new energy around Cage right now. You dig? It's great to see you this morning. Yeah, Lizzie Lou, I am currently streaming on YouTube. I'm on YouTube and Twitch. Um, I didn't hook up Facebook today because I was having some issues. But yeah, we simulcast um, the live stream on those other platforms as well. So yeah. So Britt says, please no judgment. So everybody, no judgment. I think anytime someone prefaces a comment with no judgment, it automatically puts up it perks me up to get ready to judge. But okay. I dream of becoming an anime character and cooking food because all of their food looks so delicious. Also, being an anime character would be lit. It's like, man, I want to be in an anime and just eat all of that delicious cartoon food. Cage says, I'm feeding and burping. Catch y'all later. Thank you so much for popping through, Cage. It's great to have you, and I know it's a beautiful thing. I don't know a lot about anime food. Y'all put me on. I remember cartoon food in general looked interesting and delicious, like the way that the cartoon, they never had fried chicken in cartoons. It was always just this whole roast, and you could just snatch off a drumstick. Okay, all right, warrior. All right, they dream about sexual things. Bit of a freak, so yeah, you ask. All right, all right. I did ask. All right. Bex is like, I could dig it. I was gonna say that, but you said I'm just gonna put ditto in the chat, and then you save my request box for something else. It's too early in the morning. I hope that the request box doesn't take a whole turn now, since Warrior kind of might have opened up Pandora's, instead of the request box, it's Pandora's box, and it might be getting ready to take a turn. We'll see. Oh man. I feel like I don't know. Let me see. Am I able to do this? I might be able to do this. Oh man. I feel like I need to try to set the scene for, I might need to clear the air. How they say you got to clear the air? I might need to clear the air a little bit if I can find it. Okay. All right. I can't have all these long stretches of silence over on YouTube because they can't hear the music. So let me get into the conversation. All right, that's enough. All right, yeah, no, let's get back to it here. We gotta get back on the get back to the program. So Lizzie Lou says that I daydream about falling in love. I know, so middle school, buying a house, traveling around the world, having traveling adventures, dancing. I don't know how yet, and just a bunch of other random stuff. Hey, that's not middle school. That's cute. Oh man, I had to give you a little bit of Sunday bumps in the middle of a Thursday morning. I got you, Britt. I got you. So Noma Ancient says, I daydream in adventures in my realms and even combat encounters to match. I have to keep the games fresh and exciting. You did ask. Indeed, I did. Ghost Heart is here giving us cookies and flowers in the chat. Appreciate that. Oh boy, here we go. Where we started. I watch a lot of period dramas. So either sexy Vikings or a tall, strong Scottish Highlander with red hair. We just gonna go to the next prompt, yo. We're just gonna go to the next prompt. Oh man. I'm talking about doing something productive with your life. We're talking about how to occupy your time, the finite time that you have on this planet, and how some of the things that kind of dance on the edge of possibility in your mind when you are at rest can give you a clue as to a direction that you can take to occupy this precious resource of time, give you a clue as to what you want to work towards. And you want to ride on horseback behind a red-haired Highlander. That's exactly what we meant. Uh, we say it's a drought. This is productive. Productive, not reproductive. Um, Ducky, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. She said, same thing, same thing. Ducky said, fun fact, daydream about being happy. All right. I mean, I knew that it was going to be hit or miss um, with that prompt, but I do think that a lot of times those daydreams, they're kind of an expression of unmet needs or unexpressed needs that we haven't necessarily created enough space for in our life and our experience. They are a subconscious expression of the things that we value and that we may not be making a priority, that we may not necessarily have the courage to make space for, or maybe we don't feel at liberty to make space for those things that lie out on the edge of possibility that can give us a full experience of our life. We are more preoccupied with the day to day, getting through the day rather than getting from the day. So there's nothing wrong with those things and being aware of what they might represent for you as a clue as to how you might want to redesign and realign your life to bring more of that into your experience. So I'm not shaming y'all. I'm not shaming y'all. So what's happening says that I daydream about going off grid, buying land, creating generational wealth, paying off stress and wealth, paying off stress and ways of keeping my smile on me while living comfortably. Hey, Lizzie Lou, spin the wheel. Thank you so much. Thanks for those likes. I appreciate it. So what's happening says, yeah, I want some land, disconnect, and build something substantial. So nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. We're all gonna die. So come watch TV. Someone anonymously invites us to embrace. Oh man, Skylar Fetch. Thank you so much. Hey, somebody made Fetch happen. Somebody made Fetch happen. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're talking about the things that we daydream about and what they might represent to us and for us. We've been on this one for a few minutes, so we're about to go to the next. We're about to go to the next prompt. So, if you would like, um, if you're ready for that, we can go ahead and drop a heart in the chat so that we can see what's going on. Yeah, if I see 5 hearts, then we're gonna. There we go. Poor Gretchen. At least someone made Fetch happen. Oh man. There was a period in my life that if ever that was one of the movies that if it was on, I was going to watch it. Because it's an old movie and it kind of rotates through your movie channels. It was one of those ones where if I was flipping through and that movie was on, I'd watch it. Okay. So let's go into this one. Sometimes we can find a clue in what we can do next by considering how we felt about what we've done before. So there are things that we've accomplished in our life, big or small, and it's not necessarily about how significant the accomplishment was in the grand scheme of life, in the grand scheme of the universe. That matters a little bit, but the biggest thing is, how did it make you feel to accomplish it? Well, it was most satisfying to you. So let me open up the request box and think about some of the things that you've accomplished recently. I know sometimes, if you're a little bit older, it might feel like you peaked, you know, really early and you spend a lot of time reflecting on, accomplishments and experiences from the distant past. But in reality, there's things that you get done on a pretty regular basis that if you take a second, you can really appreciate it as progress. Sorry. I can tell it's getting closer to the end of the week. A little. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, Rachel, gonna close your eyes and rest. Well, thank you so much for being here, Rachel. I'm glad that you came in and got to have a little bit of fun with us. Got to shake your tail feather a little bit, bright and early on a Thursday morning. So here we are. What is one of your most satisfying accomplishments? I think one of the things that In my own personal experience, a lot of times it's little things that are done with care that are the most satisfying. Like sometimes making the perfect cup of coffee or the perfect omelet, just to see it slide off the pan onto the plate, looking beautiful. Things that are done well are oddly satisfying, right? All right, let's see what we got here. So Britt says the most satisfying was getting that contract to be an anime character. Even though I accidentally took it from my friend's little hands, I am closer to the anime food. Oh man, Britt out here dirty macking. Oh man, Britt is dirty macking. But you are closer to that food. So congratulations, I guess. So for Noble, my most satisfying accomplishment has to be getting Random Dungeon where I finally won it, and now slowly adding expansions, making it my most near complete full game so far to date. Astray, Ivan Boy, Sigma. Sorry about that. Messed your name up. But welcome in. It's nice to see you. So, Random Dungeon. Random Dungeon represents the next phase of evolution in Armistice games, I take it. So, Lizzie Lou, most satisfying. Most satisfying. Yo, Astray, what's up? Thank you so much for those likes. I appreciate you. Wow, that's crazy. I think we're all set. Thanks so much, fam. I appreciate that. Okay, let me get back in here. Lizzie Lou, most satisfying accomplishment. Skin to skin with Daniel for the first time and then swaddling him right on the first try. Those first successes as a new mother, definitely I can see how that can be an extremely satisfying moment. Then another is playing French horn in orchestra at the Performing Arts Theater in downtown, BR, Baton Rouge, maybe. And then making a ribeye. There we go. That's awesome. Making a good ribeye. Those are some really good ones, Lizzie Lou. All right. So we all have some satisfying accomplishments to reflect on. So for Warrior, surviving human trafficking, surviving my last few shifts, becoming a cop, becoming a detective, and putting my poems out there are satisfying accomplishments. It's important that we don't take those things for granted. You know, some of them are monumental, externally monumental, and some of them are private victories that really just loom large in our own life and personal experience, but they all deserve to be noticed and acknowledged and to be leveraged as evidence that you are capable of doing things that make a difference. So we need to catalog these accomplishments and so that we have them available to make the case whenever we have doubts about what we can do. So Sigma says, I realized the Army would not take a dropout. I found out what a recruiting battalion was, put out the phone book, mapped the entire Army recruitment battalions nationwide, took a bus 7 states away to join. That's commitment. That's commitment to a goal. That's doing what it takes to get there. Demon King, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. Lizzie Lou says, yeah, most people would have just given up. Beck says, after years of trying, I finally beat Mario 64. All right, Warrior. Take care. Thank you so much for being here. So nobody ain't got, Bex is like, ain't nobody got nothing to say about my beating this level on this game. What's up, y'all? Yeah, like, hey, y'all ain't gonna say nothing. I beat this game, yo. Oh man. So someone responded with error. Still looking for something worth celebrating as satisfying, but if I could not spend another Christmas or Valentine's Day single. Still looking for that thing worth celebrating. All right, here we go. We're going to do a quick little reset here. I want to just take a second. It is around 7:30 on a Thursday morning, session 169 of Morning Journal. So tomorrow's 170. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. And I don't know. How excited are we about Christmas? How excited are we about Christmas? Rich says, oh, finally the holiday will be over. Yeah. Not too excited about it. Just want to get it over with. The day of feast for silver holiday is what Noble will be celebrating. So if you have some other accomplishments that you want to share, we can continue to talk about those in the chat if you would like. We are going to get ready to go to the next help me out, yo, what we doing? All right, let's go to the next prompt here. All right. Can y'all hear me okay? All right, here we go. Okay, you can hear me. Perfect. Good. I didn't know because like I'm having some, you know, just one of those days. Feel like feel like Monica. Jared is here. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us. Um, yeah. We're gonna switch channels here. Okay. When you're angry inside, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're angry inside. So what is something that you are not particularly good at, but that you still enjoy doing? Um, because we've been spending a lot of time thinking about kind of examining things that we do that we are good at, that people tell us we are good at, that we have sort of a desire or affinity towards. But what are some of the things that it's not that you're necessarily good at it, it's just that, you know, you just like doing it and you're willing to not be great at it. You're willing to, not, uh, it's just fun. So let me see. I think that the older we get, the less likely we are to persist in things that we're not great at. We kind of develop this habit of not wanting to look bad, because you can look silly. You can look silly out here um, with trying to try something new. It's kind of clumsy at first, and we don't necessarily. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking for myself here. But what are some things that you do? So Britt says, I'm not good at drawing, but I keep doing it because it's fun. I don't care to get good at it, but it's nice. It's a nice, easy thing to do when you're stressed. I love that. Yeah. I'm not great at art, but I sure like doing it. So what do we got here? So Lizzie Lou is not great at cooking and budgeting, but you know, sounds to me like you're good at making that them steaks. Oh, you can't cook like mom. Like, well, you you have to cook like Lizzie. You might never make it to cooking like mom. That might not be your ministry. You just might have to settle for cooking like Lizzie, and that's just fine. It's all good. So Sigma says, I am not always good at cooking, but I'm in love with food and what it can do to benefit your body and mind. Sometimes and sometimes it's blah. Sometimes I knock it out of the park. So you just want some consistency. Oh, F in the chat. F in this chat for Bex for coming to the realization that she indeed did not beat uh, Mario 64. There are additional levels. uh, that feeling when you thought you beat the game. Sorry, Bex. We just taking it all away from you. First of all, we didn't like fully acknowledge your victory and your progress through the game. We didn't even I feel like we kind of shortchanged you on your recognition for it. And now you coming to realize that you still got. Oh man. No, Double, she didn't. She didn't. She didn't beat it. There's more. There's more. So I guess for Bex, what is something that you are not particularly good at but still enjoy doing? Maybe playing Mario 64. Oh man. How long has that game been around? No, no, but don't try to smooth it out. It is what it is, yo. You the one that brought it up. Don't try to smooth it out now. Bex can't even beat these old timey games. Bex out here playing old timey games and can't win. It's all good. All right. Scott, too hot. Welcome in, Scott. It's great to have you here this morning. So we're thinking about the question that you see in the background right now. What is something that you are not particularly good at, but you still enjoy doing? So I think that sometimes there's always anything that's really complicated, there's going to be a learning curve. In the beginning, it's just not going to be cool. You're just not, you know, and maybe you're never going to be great at it, but you just do it for joy. And the premise of our conversation today overall has been to think about the ways that we can occupy our time, the ways that we can engage with time, the ways that we can be in time that is more satisfying, more fulfilling, and more meaningful than some of the ways that are prevalently presented to us as options. I think that it's easy for us to kind of experiencing it just slipping away. And the whole arc of this conversation over the last couple of hours has been to equip us with sort of a toolkit of activities. Um, I'm gonna read G for filth next live. Okay. So yeah, I think that just understanding and having a level of awareness of the types of things that we can do to engage with our time. I'm not going to say spend the time. I'm not going to even say occupy the time. I want to describe it as a way to be in time that is satisfying and rewarding and makes for a higher quality, richer experience of life. Because I'm under the belief that our feeling that things are just kind of slipping away from us is a result of the quality of our attention and the choices that we make in guarding it and the things that we allow to slip into it that may not be for our higher good. So all these things that we've been talking about, the things that we are good at, the things that other people notice in us, the things that come easily to us, or the things that we enjoy, even if we're not good at, those are all great candidates to make intentional choices about the way we choose to be in time. And having those options available might just help us and keep us from slipping into mindlessness. Zanikin is here. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us. So Noble Ancient says, I'm not good at sneaking in video games like Breath of the Wild, so going after that is hard for me. being the defender player type. So no good at sneaking. All right. Okay, here we go. So Sigma says, I can't really sing, but I enjoy it. I could dig it. Okay. All right. Let's get ready to go into the next one here if I can find it. So the next level of the conversation. So we have a sense of, or we've been trying to arrive at a sense of the types of activities, the types of qualities, because some people mention some soft skills, some relationship and communication skills that kind of sit forward in their capabilities and experience. Um, so we kind of understand what our traits and skills are and the ways that we can occupy our time effectively or with good results. Now, I think that it's important to include the ways that our skills and traits, talents, etc., can address the needs and desire for others, because I think that we have a deep need to contribute um, and connect with other people. And if what we create and what, the way that we engage only serves us, I think that is sort of an incomplete sense of satisfaction that we experience from it. The circle expands when our circle of esteem and everything expands when we are finding ways to connect with and operate in service of other people. I think for most of us, it feels good when we know that other people, they receive joy or benefit or assistance, that their lives are made better by the unique things that we bring. So I'm opening up the request box for you here. In what ways do your unique skills and traits meet other people's needs? So Lizzie Lou is like, I got that radio voice. So maybe I can tell a compelling story and reach people with a message that matters to me. Or I can cook up that steak. So Britt says, the way how I know how to be calm and collected during stressful situations, it helps me out in my career. So being a first responder and EMT, that trait of like not freaking out, it brings the right energy to, like, you're meeting people at the worst moment of your life, So you have to have the right temperament and have the right collection of skills to deal with that. So that's a great example. It might be interesting to think about what is the last thing that someone thanked you for? Because I think the answer to this question might lie in the gratitude that other people have shown for, you know, the things that people have shown gratitude to you for is a good example of how your skills and traits help to address their needs. So Noble Ancient says that the most profound way that my unique skills successfully meets others' needs is by entertaining them with quality and way fun games designed by me and my team. I like entertaining others to match. So Beck says baking cookies. It's the last time that someone thanked you for your, and that's your mom for helping her cheat on her homework. Love that. Got to help out mom. Britt says I work. I hardly ever hear it. Yeah, you don't hear thank you a lot. People are very wrapped up in the emergency of the moment. Cutie Pie is here. Welcome in, Cutie Pie. Thank you for joining us. It's been a minute. I hope that you are well. We're talking about the ways that your unique skills and traits meet the needs of other people. What does that look like for you? Britt says I usually get cursed out for ruining their high, for being Buzz Killington. Noble says I was thankful for the thoughtful gift that I gave my mom yesterday. That's cool. Hello, Rue. Welcome in. It's nice to see you. We're coming down to the last 15 minutes, folks, of today's stream. December 23rd. This is session number 169 of the Morning Journal. I'm your host, G. And if you haven't been here before, I'm glad to have you here now. And if this is just a place that you're used to coming, kind of hanging out and enjoying the vibes, I'm glad that you chose to join us again. I know that tomorrow is Christmas Eve, tomorrow is Christmas Eve and I will be live. I'm not sure if we're going to do the whole 2 hours. I don't know what time the house is going to wake up. A lot of times folks are getting up, and the space that I'm recording and I'm streaming from is also the place where we eat breakfast. So I might shut down early so that we can have breakfast here in the morning, but I will be around tomorrow morning, and I'll be back on Monday after that. Welcome back, Warrior. Britt, thank you so much for being here. Britt is having some technical difficulties, obviously. In and out, baby. I love it. Britt says, "Phone will never let me be great." Well, you are great in my eyes, Britt, for sure. All right, here we go. Last donut of the night. What's one new thing that you are willing to try? Before I open up the request box, I want to kind of contextualize everything here. We're talking about being intentional about the limited time that we have available and not allowing ourselves to fall into despair at the thought of all the different difficult things that there are that we need to face, all the ways that we feel like our life isn't good. We don't have to pretend like that ain't the case. Like, we don't have to fool ourselves. Um, hey, Moon. Yeah, I got to give it context because I know you might. I've opened up this request box, and Warrior might come out here and just come way out of left field with it. So I'm trying to give it context before I open up this can of worms. Lessons learned, baby. I already know. Lessons learned. I'm gonna give it some context. Um, so yeah. So think about, we have this sort of basket of experiences that we can go to in a moment of, you know, confusion, when we feel a little dull, when we feel bored. We have these things that we can fall back on, these activities, these skills, these ways that we can connect and contribute. I think that it's important to continue to add to that repertoire because, the hard times are going to come, the dark days are going to come, and we need to be equipped as much as possible to do something about that. So let me open up the request box now that we have established this context and see how we're going to be, what we're going to do with it. Okay. Oh man, Noble says the caliber of those ideas might leave bigger holes in the request box. Yeah. High caliber ideas. I think one of the things that I'm going to do today, one of the hardest things to do for me, so there's this idea of, everybody knows practice is important, um, but there's levels to practice. Doing something, repetition alone does not bring about improvement, because you can just keep doing it wrong and entrench the wrong way of doing it. In order to get better, you have to practice deliberately, and deliberate practice requires that you um, look at what you've done and see how, break down your performance, break down your technique, have an honest eye at what you can do to make things better. Look at the mistakes, the miscues, and things that um, you can fix to bring into the experience and make it go a little more smoothly. And then figure out what you need to try new, because sometimes, you know, you can get really comfortable with the way things go, and the idea of changing it to make it better can be a little harrowing. So it might not be that the new thing that you're going to try is something that's completely off the wall. It might be just a way that you can refine your approach to what's going on. So Noble Ancient says, with it being the holidays, I'm willing to try to simply enjoy the holiday instead of trying to overflow game ideas and ruin the fun. Yeah, I'm gonna try to chill. That's something that some of us, that's the biggest thing that we need to learn how to do. Can't chill. I don't know. Here's that car wreck that Berlin was talking about. So you said Armistice Games is closed to January 3rd. Take a break for sure. Some low stakes things. Some low stakes things to try is like watching a new show. Ruth says, I feel that this Christmas a bunch of family stuff came up and I finally told my dad, bro, wait. Wait till Christmas, then I'll move out. Yeah. So Warrior wants to, well, there are many things, but jumping out of an airplane is one. I wanted to be a paratrooper. I just finished up my 6 years at Marines, but that's one I want to try. Just want to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. Washa is here. Buenos dias. Thank you so much for joining us for session number 169 of the Morning Journal. Yeah, I had to point out that it's a perfectly good plane and you want to jump out of it. Right on. Right on. So I know, Quasha, you don't have a lot of context, but what is a new thing that you would like to try, that you are willing to try? Drugs. I don't know. I don't know how specific you want to be with that, but we'll just put it out there like that. Boom. I won't tell nobody. He said, just playing. I'm just playing. I already tried drugs. Quasha says, I'm going to try Jesus. He's all right. Oh, man. So Quasha says, I want to try journalism and travel. Those things go together. Journalism and travel, those are very complementary. Thanks, Warrior, for keeping it G. Yeah, so think about that. Think about that, Quasha. Those things go together. So going places and telling stories in your own unique style, that sounds like something worth doing for sure. Writing poems on an airplane wing. Yeah, I guess you could approach it that way, or you could just keep it simple. You can keep it simple as well. All right. We're getting ready to, yeah, we're down to the last couple of minutes. Let me see if I can find, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try it. Itoko, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. All right, here we go. I feel like I skipped one, but maybe not. All right, folks. Bella is back. All right, Bella, thank you so much for joining us again. I really appreciate you. Glad that you made it back. You came back. We were talking about trying new things. That's what the request has right now. But we're down to the last 3 minutes or so of the stream. So I wanted to make sure that we got our theme song. What's going on here? Well, we're down to the last 3 minutes, but Morning Journal is a special place here. We're live every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern time, and we answer journal prompts, and we get to know each other, and we get to know more about ourselves as we respond to a kind of a guided conversation, if you will. It's a lot of fun, so I encourage you. If you're in here now and you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, there's a link in the notice that gives you access to all of the different places that you can find me. So we are simultaneously streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Spoon. So if you want a visual experience that's a little bit different, you want to see me in the corner reacting and reading. You know, I'm small today, small off in the corner. But if you want a more visual experience, you can join us on YouTube. Also, subscribe there for the additional content that I will be dropping. We have a fledgling channel, and I would love it for you to get some bonus additional content by hanging out with us over there. That's kind of the drive right now. But as I said, Morning Journal is every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern time. If you haven't followed me here, give me a follow here so you can get the notifications. And we'll be back tomorrow morning. I hope y'all excited. I'm glad that you found us and that you are here with us this morning. All right. I think I started the theme song like a minute early. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we get it. It's a little bit early, so y'all gonna get a little bit of Stylish Traveler. All right, YouTube, y'all take it easy over there.